Hi everyone. Today I want to represent to you new artist. Anne is from Russia and she creates coloring books in digital format and she has Etsy store. I was attracted to her portraits, especially portraits of fantasy girls, but she has nice variety of other subjects. She draw beautiful flowers also, they are realistic and quite detailed. Annie has created series of books which are called Mythical Womans, and here you can find portraits with some fantasy elements, ethnic elements. Some girls look like witches, but beautiful one. Some has cute animals and a little bit scary animals as their companions. So if you want something to practice where to color portraits, you definitely may be interested in Anne's art. And as I said, she also have beautiful botanical books. My favorites are two recent editions of Mythical Woman. You know that I wasn't a huge fan of digital books and of printed pictures, but recently I changed my mind, and Anne's pictures were one of the reasons for this change. Among her beautiful girls, I selected for myself at least two portraits which I definitely wanted to color. In the second part of this video, I will share with you my experience about coloring on the toned paper, but for now I want to talk a little bit more about Anne's art. She has a wonderful feedback on all her books. It was very convenient to print them, and Annie also has her Instagram page where he shares process of creating coloring books. It also was quite interesting to look at from the beginning of the creation of illustration to the final touches. Anne's recently finished another book and it's dedicated to the zodiac signs. I think that it's also quite interesting. Links to the Annie's Etsy store and to her Instagram will be down in the info box. If you have some questions regarding her art, you may contact her directly on Instagram. I like Annie's designs because for me they have a right amount of details. They are not very overwhelming, so you will be spending the whole week on one picture, and in the same time, they are quite detailed for you not to bother to add anything to the background, especially if you print portraits on toned paper. You also can resize pictures obviously because they are in digital format, and I also think that first girls are quite nice, even some of them are scary. I love their faces, and I also love that fantasy elements which Anne added. They really help to push my imagination, so I immediately start to imagine which colors I can use, and I feel quite creative and also quite free in selecting colors. I think that her designs are quite easy to color. So please have a look at her pictures and then we will talk about my first experience of coloring on the toned paper. When I first looked at Annie's designs, it was quite easy for me to select which two girls I want to color first. I selected these two beauties. They are a little bit creepy or scary, but for me they are very inspiring and I can't wait to start coloring them. First, I printed them on regular white paper, but then I went to my local art store and quite fortunately they started to sell uh, some kind of design paper which has nice surface. It doesn't have any uh, it quite smooth, so it's easy to print on it, and also paper has huge variety of colors. I was very happy. I purchased two sheets in different colors to try how printing will be, and I thought that I will return tomorrow if printing will be good and I will buy nice selection of different colors. But unfortunately, next day the whole country went on lockdown, so obviously our store also was closed, and I was left with just two sheets of this wonderful toned paper. But at least I discovered that it works really well, and now after everything will be back again and everything will be working, I am sure that I will purchase the whole bunch of the various colors and I will start to print pictures and to color them. I really like that Amy's designs are created with very thin black lines, so on paper they look very delicate and it's quite easy to mask all black lines. And on the toned paper they look quite nice. I also like that with digital format pictures I can resize them. If I want to spend more time and work on more details, I can print them on A4, but as I had limited amount of paper and I wanted to color two portraits, I decided to resize them and I printed two pictures on A4 and now I have two small pictures and I can spend lesser amount of time on smaller picture. For me it's also quite good. Now my pictures they resemble postcards and I think that they are cute. I decided to start my pencil testing and paper testing from Arteza pencils. I thought that as Arteza pencils are more demanding to the paper quality and harder for blending and layering comparing to polychromoses and Prismacolors. So if Arteza work well on this paper, all other pencils will make wonders on it. And I was absolutely happy how they behaved. For me, Arteza colors looked even brighter on this paper. They layered much better comparing to the paper in regular coloring books. And I work on quite cheap paper. It really costed some cents and it paper isn't very thick. It probably 200 GSM probably, and surface isn't textured but it has nice tools. So I'm so happy that I discovered this beautiful and in the same time cheap paper. So now I only need to wait until my local art store will be open again. So pencils worked really well and I was happy with their layering. But in the same time I realized that now when I select colors I have to think how all those colors will be looking together with the color of the paper. And final color will be like sum of color of the pencils plus color of the background. It's not so important when you work with opaque pencils like Prismacolors, but it's more important when you work with more transparent oil-based pencils like polychromoses. In the end, all brands behaved really well. I didn't find any faults in their layering and blending. I was extremely happy when I started to work with light colors. All light pencils from Polychromos cream to Prismacolors pale sage and peach colors, they started to shine and they looked like they are highlighted or glowing. You know that in Prismacolor set we have a gray-green light color. It's almost white, and on the white paper it's almost invisible. I very rarely use it. It's not green, not gray, and the only time when I use it on a white paper in my coloring books, it's when I need to blend some area. But on this dark toned paper, it created some miracle. So all pastel colors and all light colors, they look wonderful on the dark background. I am also very happy that when you already have color background, you don't need to add anything to the background even if it's empty. For me, I don't like a white background on the picture, but I don't mind background made from toned paper. It's very interesting for me and it's one of the creative steps to select on which color I want to print. You know that recently I published a couple of videos with freebie pictures. I saved them for myself and I already noted which colors I want to use. I want to test how it will be to color on the dark violet paper or on the dark olive green paper. I already selected designs, so again I just have to wait until paper will be available again. But I think that it will be nice experience. For me it's something exciting and like new step in my coloring. Look how nice polychromos cream was when I added this light color to my picture. In the beginning, I was concerned how light colors which I planned to use for the face will be looking, if I will be able to mask the color of the background or it will be interfering with the color for the face. But in the end, with opaque Prismacolor colors, the face of the girl turned out exactly as I planned it. I also discovered that on toned paper it's much easier to mask black lines. As I said, image was created with very thin, delicate outlines. And also it was very easy to mask those lines simply by covering them with pencil. I didn't have to mask anything with white marker, so on the toned paper I think that all colored pictures they look more like art, like painting, and less like coloring. So from my coloring process I got only very positive feelings, very positive thoughts. I am very eager to start coloring pictures in digital format. The only problem I still have is that problem which I already mentioned in my previous videos. What I will be doing with finished pictures. For now I am saving this sheet of paper because I want to finish second portrait. But I don't like when I have separate sheets of paper laying somewhere in my working room on my table. I need to find a way to save them or I will be throwing them away. Maybe I will be gluing them in some kind of huge uh, sketchbook and probably it will be one of the ideas which I have for the saving my finished results. But now I have time until my store will be open. I will think how I will be storing my printed pictures. Of course, it's a huge advantage of digital art, digital coloring books. It's that you can print the one picture several times, so you're completely free of fear of messing up. You are not terrified that you will be ruined your favorite picture. You can simply print it again and to start using other colors or other mediums. For example, I can imagine this girl in various color palettes. I can imagine her with dark violet or purple hair. I can do her probably with golden skin. So it's a very nice way to practice, to try new skin tones, to try new hair colors. And it's another plus for the digital coloring books. I hope that you will enjoy finish of this green but very beautiful lady. Again, look at Annie's art. She is very promising author of coloring books. I thank you for watching. I hope that quite quickly everything will be back again, that I will have access to toned paper and I will be able to add such content to my channel, and I will be showing you how I color pictures on various colors of toned paper. Thank you for watching. As usual, please stay safe, stay positive, stay optimistic. Remember that we have such a wonderful coloring hobby which really helps me, and I hope that it helps you to stay calm during self-isolation and to spend some quality time and to have some positive thoughts and positive feelings. Be safe and I hope to see you very soon. Thank you for watching.